All right, here to discuss those potential risks is Dr. Scott Gottlieb, former FDA commissioner and a CNBC contributor. But first, let's dig into what Zin's explosive growth means for Philip Morris with Stifel's Matt Smith. Matt, welcome. Good to have you with us. We'll begin there and get to Dr. Gottlieb in a moment. You have a buy on the stock of Philip Morris International, despite what some are characterizing as a somewhat soggy earnings report, a little bit disappointing. But I think a lot of those disappointments center around FX, foreign exchange, correct?
Yes, Tyler, thanks for having me on. So you're right to point out FX. It was a significant headwind in this past 2023, but we are turning the page on that. The FX headwind projected in 2024 is much less burdensome, just a low single-digit headwind to earnings growth. I think the key takeaway here in the 2024 outlook is that it calls for another year of robust growth that's benefiting from the company's smoke-free transformation that's supported by continued momentum in the smoke-free portfolio that's anchored by both IQOS in heated tobacco and Zyn in oral tobacco, and a fairly resilient performance in the combustible business.
When you say heated tobacco, what is that? What does that mean? And IQOS, you need to explain to our viewers what those two segments, which are growing, are doing. What are they?
Yeah, so IQOS is Philip Morris's flagship heated tobacco brand. This is a inhalable product that delivers nicotine to the user with substantially fewer exposure to harmful constituents within traditional cigarette smoke. This is a product that was introduced into Japan over 10 years ago. It's been growing robustly in international markets, and the company is just now at the stage where it can begin to introduce it in the United States. They're going to have a test launch in a specific city in 2024, and they are waiting on FDA authorization for a more updated version of the device before a more fulsome rollout, which we believe will occur in 2025.
It's a tobacco product, in other words, then it is not like the vaping products, really a liquefied form of nicotine. Am I right on that?
That's right, Tyler. It is a tobacco product. The actual consumable portion of the device what's called a heat stick that is heated to vaporize the nicotine and the taste does contain tobacco, but the product is heated and not combusted. And the combustion portion of smoking a cigarette is where many of the harmful constituents are formed. This heated technology has been shown scientifically to reduce a user's exposure to the harmful constituents. In fact, FDA has authorized a version of this product to be marketed as a modified risk tobacco product, one of the very few products in the United States to get that authorization from FDA.
So that is an inhalable product with tobacco as the origin, I suppose, of the nicotine. The Zyn product, which has take us through some of the growth metrics on this. It was not something I had heard of until our producers told me about it yesterday. I asked my 18-year-old, "Have you ever heard of it?" He said, "Absolutely, he's heard of it." Tell me what it is, how it works, and is it more benign in terms of health effects, or do we know whether it is more benign or not than tobacco-based products? This is a nicotine pouch that you put into your mouth.
That's correct. It is a nicotine oral tobacco product. It does not contain oral nicotine product. It does not contain tobacco. These products were introduced into the United States over 10 years ago, but we've seen explosive growth over the last 3 years with consumers really understanding the benefits of the convenience of the product and potentially the harm reduction, especially for U.S. smokers that are converting to using Zyn to fulfill their nicotine needs. The category is growing very strongly. Zyn is by far the market share leader in the category. It holds over a 75% volume share in the United States.
How important is it to the company's bottom line, and how important will it be if growth continues the way it has been, which is really exponential?
Yeah, so Zyn is a growing importance to Philip Morris's bottom line. The product is significantly mix accretive both to the top line as well as to profit given the economics of the U.S. market. The U.S. nicotine market is a very profitable market. Philip Morris participates into that market today through Zyn nicotine pouches. And then in addition to the importance of the actual Zyn product, the infrastructure that it acquired with Swedish Match and the investments that it's made since that acquisition will provide the backbone for Philip Morris to launch that IQOS heated tobacco product into the United States once it is FDA authorized.
All right, Matt, thank you for your background on this and your thoughts about Philip Morris. We appreciate it. Matt Smith.